Hello, welcome to the disaster that is my life. I cannot do makeup for shit. I know that this looks ridiculous. I know. I always get sucked into, I don't know if it's officially a trap, but it's one. I'm nearsighted, so I can never tell if I'm in focus. But it's one that I am definitely in that trap, or I tend to be when I put on lipstick. When I won't stop. I just keep going. I just keep smearing that shit all over my goddamn fucking lips until I'm like, maybe I'm putting on too much. Maybe I'm putting on too little. Maybe there's a little red blotch there. I should get that off. Oh, now it's all smeared. Now my mouth looks like I've been eating a carcass. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks to me. You know, when I looked in the mirror, it did look worse. But again, I'm nearsighted, so I can't see. I look like what's her face? That girl, Miranda something. I look like her for all I know with the lips and the stick. My 6-year-old sister watches that shit. That's why I kind of know of it. Anyway, yes, I suck at makeup. This is not a new revelation for me. It's just kind of a fact. So yeah, I was going to talk about gender identity disorder. I got sidetracked with the lipstick bullshit. That's kind of sad. The fuck was that? Going from something that's actually important to my fucking stupid ass bullshit makeup. Now, this is going to be a very short video, so I'm not going to go in depth on the whole transgender debate debacle, but I have some things I would like to say. So, there seem to be two sides. Typically, there are two sides to any argument. Typically. On one side, it's transgender people are normal, and they are not freaks, and they are not mentally ill. Accept them and treat them as human beings. And then, well, there are kind of three sides, because then there is the kill them all, die, 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 you disgusting tranny side. And then there is the, you know, I don't want to kill them or hurt them or beat them up, but they're delusional people side. So they're kind of different, but the last two are both very incorrect. Now, I keep seeing online that people say that the whole, we're just accepting everything now. We're accepting mentally ill people, and we're accepting cat people, and this and that, and what are we going to accept next? Look, some lady married the Eiffel Tower. Do I give a fuck about that? No. Fucking congratulations. Enjoy that honeymoon. You will be in Paris, obviously, because where the fuck else is that thing going? But that was a really bad joke. I'm sorry. But why does that affect me? It doesn't. I don't care. Marry the Eiffel Tower, marry your fucking shoe. But people feel like they're being forced to accept transgender people. Look, you don't have to accept anybody if you so choose to. Do I think it's a bit ridiculous to make it illegal to misgender someone? Yes, truthfully, I think it's horrible to do that intentionally. It's very rude and cruel to just, you know, this person prefers something and you want to call them something else, because, I don't know, if someone was schizophrenic, you know, someone who's mentally ill, suffering from psychosis, if they said, this is happening, and I didn't know them, I don't think I would feel comfortable saying, like, no, you're delusional, you're crazy, shut up. I would just be like, okay. You know, of course, if it's someone in my family, I'd be like, no, that's not, but I don't even know if that's the right approach. I don't know. Do you validate what they're saying? Do you say, no, that's wrong? And, you know, if you're not a trained professional, should you really give your opinion? You can give your opinion, but should you try to actively solve the problem? So I feel like there's nothing wrong with stating your opinion that people who are transgender are mentally ill. That is your opinion. But to insist that, oh, they should be doing this, the doctor should be doing that, how the fuck do you know if you're not a doctor? I don't think doctors are always right. I have my trust issues with doctors for various reasons, but I'm not a professional. I've read a lot, and I'm going to put some links in the description that whoever the fuck's watching this, but you know, you never know. That I've read that makes sense to me, that support the validity of gender identity disorder. And people say, I believe it's a disorder, but they're mentally ill, and why should I accept that? And it's like, okay, if you accept that it's a disorder, Have you not read anything about it? Because doctors and scientists who've studied it say that it is not a form of psychosis. They have tried giving people who are transgender medication that they give to people who are suffering from psychosis, and it does nothing because they're not suffering from a psychosis. And people say, oh, you're only accepting them because you're emotional. And I'm like, honestly, you sound overly emotional, because I'm just going by the facts of what I've read, that it supports these theories. There really is no clear-cut answer, but it makes more sense to me that they're not delusional, because I've met and spoken to transgender people, and I've known people who suffer from mental illness. I've encountered a schizophrenic person before, and it's a very different experience when someone is suffering from a psychosis, and when there's just the brain is not correlating with the genitals. Like, I mean, the fact that intersex people exist, a lot of intersex people don't like that this is used. I think it's insulting in some way to say, like, whoa, intersex people exist, so transgender makes sense. And I just, in my personal opinion, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I think that it makes it, at least for me, it makes it make sense in my head. Like, if it's possible to have this type of syndrome, why could the brain not misfire in some way? I mean, the human body does strange things all the time. I mean, I don't know. I think people are going overboard with the whole, we're accepting mental illness and this and that, and we're just treating them this way, and oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why is this the only one? Why is this the only mental illness that we're treating like it's not a mental illness? I mean, maybe that's not true that it's the only one, but like, for example, schizophrenia or people who are bipolar, we're not saying like, oh, it's fine, don't take meds. The professionals aren't saying that anyway. The average doctor who does a good job is not suggesting that you go off your meds because you're normal, it's fine, let's all be PC. I just don't, logically, it doesn't add up with the things I've read and the research I've done. And the average person who is against this, or who thinks that it's bullshit or a psychosis, they haven't really done much research from my personal, how I have, the people I've talked to, Jesus Christ, the people I've talked to, my brain exploded, it imploded rather. The people that I have spoken to never seem to have done their research, and if they have, they quote the infamous Swedish study, which has been discredited, and they don't really have much else. So it leads me to believe that the notion that, you know, we should just allow them to transition, as doctors suggest, is a good one. And at the end of the damn day, it doesn't hurt me. I don't agree with firing someone because they misgender someone. I think it's cruel and wrong and horrible to do it. It happens a lot on accident, and people are trying. But I don't have any problem with people doing anything as long as it's not hurting me or them. It's not comparable to compare it to the other kin thing, because it's a different species. Come on. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, if you think you're a damn cat, have fun. They're not changing laws for cat people, so let's just be a little realistic. I think both sides, the left and the right, they both lack logic, and they both are so overcome with emotion for so many topics that they don't think logically, and I think you need both. Lagom. Anyway, this is longer than I intended it to be, but at the same time shorter. I'm a little out of focus. I'm learning. I'm not as bad with the camera as you may think. I got a new dress today. Yeah, you can't really see it, but I don't know what I'm doing for the billionth time. What the fuck am I doing? I don't know. But I'm trying to keep this up. This is day 3. I believe, day 3. It's only been 3 days and I'm losing count already. Today was a good day. The weather's nice, and yeah. Can't do makeup for shit, but you know. I have more to say on this topic, but that is all I will say for now. Do the research. You're allowed to have your opinions, but your opinions are not facts. Do the research. Good day. Bye.